Yeah, I've seen this show about 3 times on TV already.
You've seen this show?
Yes, sir.
So you know exactly what's going on here?
Yeah. You're on the Dateline show.
Exactly.
Yes, I know who you are.
I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
This super awkward and greasy creep has the weirdest / most subtle reaction to being on To Catch a Predator that I have ever seen. He knows who Chris Hansen is, yet he still shows almost zero emotion. It's honestly terrifying. Without any further ado, let's get right on into this, and make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Let's get it.
And the number of men who continue to arrive at the door during each undercover operation is alarming.
All right, this is True Sweet Guy. True Sweet Guy.
So that's right. This dude's name is Sweet Guy 69. That is actually his username that he chose. That is part of the magic of this show, is hearing all the different usernames these creeps devise. A lot of them are kind of random, but dudes like this make me crack up because I think of the amount of time they had to have sat in front of this AOL login screen trying to think of the coolest name that will get them all the chicks. And I use the word chicks in a different way here. Not in the way of like, you know, ladies. I'm talking literal baby chickens is what this dude is hunting for online. He is not going for those full-grown chickens like he should, and now his entire life is about to be destroyed as a result of that, which is absolutely beautiful.
Emily, open the door and call.
We've rigged this house with 12 hidden cameras, 5 inside and 7 outside.
Which camera you want to lose?
And something that trips me out whenever they show the setup of this show, you gotta think, you know, this was early 2000s / mid 2000s, so technology was a lot different than it is today. But it's weird to think that this was top of the line at one point. All the stuff we're seeing, I often get angry when I see a specific episode of this that has just been uploaded in like 240p and it looks like a Minecraft painting, but they probably spent, you know, upwards of probably over $100,000 on this mobile studio, if not more. I would not be surprised, which in 2000s money is basically $1 million at this point with inflation. So it's funny they're spending all this time just to capture this in standard def. I know this isn't related to the show, but I just like to get meta about things like that. It does kind of blow my mind the way that the technology has changed, and I know they could knock it out of the park if they brought this show back. Imagine shooting this thing on a freaking IMAX camera, bro. I just saw Avatar 2. If we could capture that mocap technology and maybe add some more effects, it would really pop off with the Gen Z audience. I'm telling you, we need those crazy, you know, additions and visuals if you want to keep us interested.
Hey! What's up? Come on in.
This is 24-year-old Raimundo Anguiano. He met her online just hours ago in an AOL chat room.
What's so hilarious is every single time these decoys greet the person, because they have to maintain that distance, obviously it's a safety thing, we don't know how these guys are going to be. They might be very grabby and kind of terrifying. They could literally try to capture this decoy. But because of that, they always have this awkward introduction where they have the laundry basket or some other prop, you know, they spilled, I don't know, chocolate all over their shirt. Whatever the common excuse usually is, they have that, they say it, and then as the guy approaches, they slam the door in their face, which should be the biggest red flag to these guys. That is not how somebody greets you, whether or not it's a sketchy situation, whether or not the other party knows that it's a sketchy situation. Nobody handles an interaction like that unless they have to keep a distance from you, which means they're probably part of law enforcement or something, you know? But clearly this guy doesn't get that memo. He just walks in with his cool jorts and red shirt on, absolutely dripped to the T. We could take some fashion cues from this guy, but let's just see his entry into this house now.
Yeah, I made some sweet tea for you if you want a glass. It's super good. It's what we do down south. I'll be right back.
And this guy is absolutely a social butterfly. I mean, that's not alarming at all, right? Just walking in pure silence, looking like a straight up caveman. Like this guy has zero thoughts going through his head as he's walking in here. She's trying to have some conversation and at least make it not awkward, and he is just slowly approaching. He's like the human form of the snail. If you guys have ever heard of that thought experiment that they made up on Reddit where a snail follows you for the rest of your life slowly and you have to just escape it. If it touches you once, you just, you know, you're gone in a poof. This is the human form of that, all right? He is a Terminator. He is on the prowl looking for some action, and he will not stop until he reaches it. But also, he is not going to be saying a single thing, all right? He is cold and emotionless, which is pretty freaking terrifying. It adds a scary element to this that I really do not appreciate. So thank you, buddy.
True Sweet Guy 69 sends her a picture. How you doing? Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Whoa, that was a crazy play. That was a crazy play that I have never seen before. So first of all, yeah, you guys caught that snippet there in the beginning of that clip. This guy who claims to be Sweet Guy 69, according to his username, sent something not so sweet to Chris and his investigation team, which you just gotta love when they send a picture of that summer sausage over just so that they have the evidence to give to the court, so it's like an open and shut case. Oh man, I appreciate you guys when you're this dumb. But the crazy play I'm talking about is is he sees Chris Hansen. He tries to walk around and open up the curtains, which is very, very alarming. Still has not said a word at this point, was just following this girl and tried to follow her into the laundry room or whatever that room was that she was supposed to have walked into. Instead sees Chris Hansen, and his first reaction is to reach for a handshake. Firm handshake, might I add, honestly, and still does not say a word. That is just such a weird way to handle this that I am just flabbergasted by this guy's behavior this entire episode, and it's making it so beautifully weird. Let's see if he goes the rest of the episode without talking. I doubt it, but I'm wondering why the hell he's being so quiet.
We were talking online, and I just wanted to come and meet her.
And who were you talking online with?
With that young lady there, sir.
Yeah, young lady might be a little bit of an understatement here, but the dude's being honest at least and straightforward so far, and he does in fact have the ability to say words. So we have confirmed this dude can speak. He just chooses not to 90% of the time, and it definitely adds to his creepy aura, as if the greasy hair and insanely receding hairline at the age of 24 already wasn't doing enough for him to make him look creepy.
Okay, he wants the decoy to meet her at the car.
He was really talking online with a different decoy, a member of the online watchdog group, Justice.
And the crazy thing is this dude was only speaking to this decoy from P Justice for a few hours before deciding to haul over to this house. They didn't say how far he came from, so maybe he was close. Maybe finally we were able to find a local creep that didn't have to devote 5 hours of driving time to reach this house. But yeah, one of the faster turnarounds I feel, because how can you go from chatting to showing up to the house that quickly? Again, it raises some questions on how comfortable this dude was in this entire process. Was this his first time? Most likely not. And I just still get the heebie-jeebies by how silently he walked into that room, trying to peer behind the curtains. Thankfully, Chris and the crew was there, because if it was just the decoy that went to hide back there, that definitely could have been extremely scary.
She said she was 14, sir.
14. And how old are you?
24, sir.
24?
Yes.
And you thought that was appropriate. Why?
Well, I don't know, sir. I mean...
And like I said, you would not look at this dude and expect that he's 24. Honestly, I was feeling a little bit old being 25 myself, a quarter centurial, if that's what it's called. This guy's making me feel a lot better about myself. I mean, for real. He's one of those dudes where you look at him and you kind of understand how they could be pushed to, you know, have to socialize in this way. Obviously, this dude is not really getting much interaction with anybody outside of the internet, and sadly, he decided to go down this road, which has led to him completely altering his life, which probably wasn't all that exciting before this, but has definitely changed for the worse as of being on this show and stepping foot in this house.
Now, when you were online, you sent this picture.
Yes, sir.
You did.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that.
And this dude's responses are so weirdly calm. It kind of also raises the question of, does he know fully what he's doing? Obviously he does, but when you see people responding in such a nonchalant way, it almost allows you to gaslight yourself and be like, wait, was he actually doing this? But like, no, he's literally sitting across from Chris Hansen. They have the photos that he sent of his little, you know, I called it a summer sausage last time, but that is way too generous. This is more like a little smoky here. You know, the ones that you buy in the can. But with all that evidence, it's clear this guy knows that he was in the wrong and he shouldn't be doing it. I just think he's really good at playing this whole calm demeanor thing.
Right. Now, you know that's against the law, right?
Yes, sir, it is. You just get into these chat rooms and stuff, and, you know, you just chat away.
Why are you being so honest? Like, I appreciate it, dude, but you're doing this show wrong. You're supposed to be lying. You're supposed to say this is your first time, or your phone got hacked, or you don't know whose that is, or maybe you thought it was the photo of a Tic Tac or something like that, and you were just sending him a photo of some breath mints. You gotta have some freaking excuses on deck, bro. This is making me weirded out that he's just fessing up to everything and being so calm about it. He doesn't even seem that stressed.
Do you send pictures like that very often?
No. Just if, you know, just only if I'm really serious about talking to somebody or something, but other than that, no.
Oh my god, dude. And he even admits that, you know, he'll send these photos pretty often, but only if he's serious, you know. He's one of those guys that's looking for a long-term commitment. He's not messing around with these, you know, short little flings things that everybody wants. Oh wait, everybody wants that because the people he's talking to are literally in middle school, and that is how you date in that era. God, this guy is such a weirdo. Can you please show some emotion, man? You are literally throwing me for a loop so hard right now.
Well, Ray, what do you think would have happened if I wasn't here?
Well, if whatever was going to happen was going to happen, if nothing was going to happen, then hey.
Wait, I'm sorry. I gotta run that back. Let's really try to just decipher what he just said here as a result of this question. What would happen if Chris Hansen wasn't here? Let me hear that once more, please.
Well, if whatever was going to happen was going to happen, if nothing was going to happen, then hey.
well, if whatever was gonna happen was gonna happen, if wasn't nothing gonna happen, then hey. What? That is the biggest non-answer we have ever heard on this show, slash one of those sentences where you have the predictive text at the top of your phone and you just, you do the challenge where you hit whatever word it tries to guess next. That is the only way you could formulate a sentence like that. What is bro on right now?
Even I would still have second thoughts.
Second thoughts.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I've seen this show about 3 times on TV already.
You've seen this show?
Yes, sir.
So you know.
Oh my God, and we have a revelation. This man has seen the show, and even the way he brings that up is so nonchalant. He's like rubbing his eye as if he's sleepy and annoyed that he has to sit here in this conversation any longer. He's like, yeah, I think I've thrown on the TV a few times and seen your show, but it wasn't all that exciting. I kind of fell asleep, so remind me again what you do?
Yes, sir.
So you know exactly what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
You heard right. This man's aware of our previous investigation.
Yeah, I know exactly what you do. I'm actually a big fan. Hey, before we go, could you maybe sign oh, I don't have a pen with me. Ah, dang it. I love getting autographs from celebrities, but maybe next time, because I probably will be back on this show if you let me free. Trust me, if you give me even a couple hours alone to myself, I will be back on those chat rooms, and I will see you again very soon. And next time, I'll remember to bring a pen. Thanks, buddy.
Did you think at all that maybe you were walking into To Catch a Predator?
It was, and that kind of crossed my mind for a minute. For a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute I thought, but you know what? No, I still went in because I'm thinking with the wrong head, and that's my problem. But I did definitely think for a second it could be a sting. He should have known if he's actually seen the show. As soon as you see this person answering the door with an empty laundry basket, especially the same cylindrical white one they always use, that is the #1 key to know that you are about to be on this show. Or also you could just not do what this guy was doing, and then you never have to worry about it, like the rest of us that just watch this show and don't understand how you could even be driven to do something like this.
And then I just wiped it away,
So you wiped it away. Do you think it was a good show?
No, it was supposed to stop people and things like that.
Yeah, it was supposed to stop people. Obviously, it wasn't effective for me, but I'm sure for other people it might have held them back. I think it was pretty good, but like I said, you got a lot of filler content, and I feel like you could shorten the episodes from an hour to half an hour. This dude's just going over a whole critique list of the show before Chris lets him go. Honestly, it's smart. Chris is getting some good field research for how the show's doing with his main demographic.
Well, this is the part where usually I say, I'm Chris Hansen with Daytime NBC,
yeah.
right? Okay, you remember that part?
Yes, I remember.
And then you remember when these guys come out, the cameras come out, right? Mm-hmm. And then I say, if there's anything else you'd like to tell us.
No.
So the guy is obviously exhibiting a tiny bit of anxious, fiddling with the back of his head here. So I'm sure it is a little bit stressful for him, but still, his response, even when the camera comes out, he's like, no, I don't really have much to say. I think I'll head out and get put in the handcuffs and everything. Hey, thanks for your time and keep up the great work on the show. Have a good one. Like, this guy is so candid and just calm. It really has been pissing me off this episode. I don't know why.
And like the other men he's seen in our reports, True Sweet Guy 69 probably knows he's about to face yet another confrontation.
So he goes out and gets arrested. Bada bang, bada boom. That's not the saying, but we're just gonna run with it. That's pretty much the end of this episode. Let me know what you thought of this insanity of this dude's calmness down in the comments section below. Shout out to everybody on my Patreon who helps support the channel in another way over there. Make sure you check that out if you're interested. And as always, I appreciate you watching till the very end of the video. Until next time, peace out.